Oh, my stepfather, one time, I remember he used to beat the shit out of us, spank you, and this feels better for me. I mean, this hurts me more than it hurts you. No, it doesn't. You've got a belt, and you're hitting leather on my bare naked ass, which is a little weird. Like, why would you want to see my ass and hit it and then slap it and hit it? Hey, first of all, you got an open hand, a palm. You palming my ass as a kid, and you're a man. Let's investigate that. Discipline is one thing, but why do you have to take off a man's pants to discipline him? Can I keep my pants on? Do I have to get butt naked? What if you nip a ball or something? What if I don't properly do a tuck? You know what I mean? And you clip a tip. You know what I mean? On the whip. Just look, I can keep my pants on and you can spank me. And you know what? Use a stick. I don't want you to spank me and do a spank grab ass spank. That's too much stuff for me. Let's investigate that with the parents that do smack grabby smack mac, jacky jack smack. You know what I mean? Like, look. Okay? When I have kids, there's not gonna be no smacking. There's not gonna be no grabby ass, get naked boy so I can slap you. There's none of that. There's no getting naked during discipline times, I might just give them a look and a point. Son? Go to your room. That's going to be the extent of it. I got a dog now. I mean, there's no hitting of the dog. I don't even hit it on the nose. It's shit everywhere. But the only thing I do is I grab it and I put his nose. He hates that. Like, he's just moonwalking back. They just know that, smell your own shit. That's what I'm going to do to my kid, is make him smell his own shit when he gets bad grades. That would be the extent of it. And I'm not going to make him get naked to do it, okay? I don't know what parents are doing now. I don't know how you're disciplining your kids. No reason for pants down, a snap, a grab, and okay. Now, the funny thing is now, a lot of people are saying, okay, is that what happened to you when you were a kid? No, I'm not saying that my stepfather did anything more. He did smack bare ass. I don't recall. And I'm not saying that he made me do a tuck and he, did a little, or he did a like a flick on the tip. He didn't do that. And he didn't stick it, he didn't do that. He just slapped the ass and said, this hurts me more than it hurts you. And I just said, that's fucking bullshit. And he did a little belt thing and what is that? That doesn't scare me. That's a loud noise. What they did do, though, I did walk in on my stepfather and mother having sex, and they didn't stop. Now that was weird. And I just want to say to all the parents that don't stop when their kid is sitting there watching, you gotta stop. You gotta go, okay. Don't just keep on fucking, hey, you want to learn about the snake in the grass? That's the jungle, And it's just like, what is this? What is this? Too early. Hey, go back to your room. That's what you're supposed to do. Oh, fucking keep going and stuff, talking about, what is it, how you do it, okay, that's my mom. So, the thing, that was weird. Probably second, third grade too, so that was weird. Point is, that stepfather really bothered me a lot. Because one time my mom was away and he slapped me with an open hand, but he hit me with this part, which is like, see that? That's a slappy slap. That's fine. But when you slap, I don't know what happened. I think I moved and he hit me. It bruised my jaw, okay? And I just remember feeling so sad because my mom wasn't there and I was like, you Dislo, you broke my jaw. And I was so pissed, like, are you fuckers wrong with you? And then I ran away. I think I ran away from home and I was listening to Bam Bam Tainted Love. I thought he wrote that song because of me, whoever that guy, Culture Club, what is that? Toby Keith or something? Coldplay? I don't know. But the point is Tainted Love. And that was such the saddest song in my life. And I used to just walk and just Tainted Love. So that day that my mom was out of town, it hit me, bruised a jaw. I think I ran down to Oregon Oriana's house, which is a girl that lived 2 floors down. And I remember telling her, she was like, hey, what happened? Why are you, And I remember just started crying in front of her, like, because my... And then it was like a thing, and she, I had a little bit of a sympathy from her because of that, but it just was sad that he had bruised my jaw. And I was pissed, man. Like, you don't get it. Like, I was mad. Like, what are you doing? Why are you hitting me, man? I said something back to him. I don't know what I did, but you don't do that shit. And I'm not trying to say that this is what you need to say as a kid. This is Redfoo. This is how I grew up. I said to myself, for the first time in my life, I said, I'm going to kill that man when I get older. When I get older, I'm going to smoke a cigarette. And just because, he was a kid, I want to smoke a cigarette. Which, cigarettes are ridiculous, okay? They're the nastiest thing ever in the world. But that's what, as a kid, you don't want to be an adult. I said, when I get old enough, as I get an adult, I'm going to kill this man. It was a weird feeling because I'd never thought about killing a man before, but my stepfather, he'd hit me and he was going to die because of it. So that day, my mom came home. I think I told her, I said, hey, the man hit me in the thing, Oh, he didn't mean it. I said, well, what do you mean didn't mean it? The guy hit me and slapped me in the face. And she had no control over the situation. And, because it says, God, okay. So one time, the stepfather had another son, and he couldn't get custody of the son. And he was arguing with his baby's mama of that son, not my mom, because they had got married. But then, and this is all my stepdad, by the way, not my real dad. So he was sitting there, and I remember it in the bedroom, and I was listening to him on the phone, and he was like, I just want Brian back. I just want my son. And I was just watching him, and I just saw this guy was angry. And then he hung up the phone, and then he started crying. And he just started... And I remember him like, why? And he started crying. And I felt bad for the man. So this was the man that I wanted to kill. But then I felt bad for him. And I said, you know what? He's not a monster. He's a human just like everybody. He is not all that tough right now. He's crying. He's a man. I never thought I'd ever see the man cry. I said, he gets hurt just like everybody else too. He has emotions. He's a bitch too. Nah, I don't want to kill this man anymore because he was flawed. He wasn't big and bad. He was actually a wimp, a confused. I mean, not saying that just because he cries a wimp, but he was just a weakling as well. I mean, we're all kind of wimps to bigger people and all that stuff, and so I was like, he's just a normal dude. He's not a monster. He's not a machine. He's not like a Terminator, And it lifted all this aggression I had towards him and towards anybody at that point, because I said, no, we're all human, man. We all have feelings, and the moral of the story is that the bullies are actually in worse shape than you are when they're bullying you. Their home is bad. They get beat up all the time, and so they come and try to take it out on other people. But the main thing about it is stand up to your bully, because I remember one time the stepdad, and this is how I stood up, and it makes me feel good. This is a story that made me feel good about my stepdad, or about me responding. I remember my stepdad was grabbing my mom, and he was pushing her against the bed. And I remember, coming in the door, and I heard her screaming and all this stuff, and I said, you lay your hands off of her! And he didn't acknowledge me. And I said, no, you don't. That's my mama. So I remember I came up, and a lot of people that box, they're going to say, oh, well, that's a punk move. I don't care what you think. But I came up there, and I socked him in the back. And did I do it like this? No, I didn't do it. I did it the bitch way. But that's the only way I knew, because I was a little punk kid. And I remember coming up with the hand, my fist, and I said, you get off her. And I came up, and I boom, boom, and the motherfucker, he was on, and he turned around, and he took me, and he just threw me in the back, wham, and and my mom said, you get off of my son. And me and my mom had a bond against this dude. And whatever it was, it stopped the thing, and he threw me into the bathroom, actually. Threw me into the bathroom and tried to lock the door. But it was one of those cheap bathroom doors, so I just remember I just broke it open. And it was just like, nah, man, you ain't gonna fuck with me and my mom's, and get the fuck out. And eventually he left, he got the fuck out. It took years, man. I think when I was 3, she got with him, and then I think when I was 7. And I don't remember those years, weird years. He was on the drugs, he was drinking, he was crazy, man. So I was raised by babysitters, by the way. And they really taught me everything. Elizabeth Bailey and things. And she's on Facebook, I think. I haven't seen her in like 30 years. But they helped me deal with that. They raised me and stuff when my parents were out of town, or I don't know where they were. I guess what I'm trying to say, overall is you got to be you, and I know that it's tough growing up with a stepfather or an abusive family, and some of you out there may have growing up with one at the moment. The main thing is don't let the anger that happens when you get abused turn you into an abuser. Just, don't let them win. That's how they win, because then you carry on that spirit. If you kind of adopt that mentality and you start bullying people and you change, then now you're part of that overall spirit. But you want to be a part of the opposite spirit, the good spirit, the kind spirit, the creative spirit, and you want to be the Luke Skywalker, if you will, and you always want to be kind of against the Darth Vader. I can talk about it later, but I've been jumped in the alley when I was like 17. I remember saying to myself, if I ever get jumped, I'm gonna start getting some guns and I'm gonna be like just on a rampage. And then it finally happened to me. I got jumped. And I said, you know what? No, I'm not going to do that, because I'm not going to do that to somebody else. And I don't need to protect myself. I just need to be smarter of where I walk. I shouldn't walk down the alley. You want to know who you are and what makes you happy. Being creative, being giving. I don't stop giving. I gave, I got taken advantage of, but I still keep on giving because that's what makes me feel good. I'm not going to let one situation stop me from doing the things that make me truly happy. And so that's my advice with the stepfathers and with the bullies and with the negative things that happen in your life. Do your best to not let that change you. You change a little bit because you get smarter and you learn to avoid them, but you don't have to get mad and live in a craziness. I hate everybody, I hate the world and this and that. You don't have to choose that route. You don't have to start smoking cigarettes. Oh, I broke up with my girlfriend and I'm pissed. And so you're going to get cancer because you're pissed? You're going to kill yourself because you're pissed? Because you're mad at somebody? That doesn't make sense to me. That's not fixing anything. That's just wasting your life. You're just killing yourself. Don't let the cigarette companies win. Don't let the drug dealers win. They're going to prey on you. Oh, you feeling down? Oh, so why don't you take some uppers? Why don't you take some reds? I know I'm stuck in the 80s movie.
It'll make you feel good. No.
Nah, man, don't take advantage of me because I'm feeling down. I don't want the crack. I don't want the coke. I don't want the weed. I don't want that shit. I can deal with my own shit. I'm going to go out and I'm going to go play some tennis. Or I'm going to go out and work out. I'm going to go out and write a song. That's how I make myself feel better. Is I do something that I want to do. I do a goal and it make me feel happy. Don't believe in the bullshit with the drug dealer. You can get over it with your mind and make yourself happy. Find something that makes you feel better naturally. I'm out. Redfoo up in this mug. Anyways, yeah, baby. Whoa.